All right, looks like it is going to go live finally. Wow, these are some interesting technical issues. I need to check something out over here. I'm going to hit the go live onto YouTube and the go live onto Facebook at the same time, and I'll have to jump back over and check that out in a minute. I see Tony Wallow is in the room. I saw BH Ringer and Alex were there earlier, and I see Zaviv Manor from Israel. Happy Hanukkah to you, Ziv. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hopefully we get some people that I've talked to over the past couple days to join us. Going to look to get started and then limit it to about. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Tony says the audio and video are good. Now, I don't even have my headphones on. Guess I better do that so when I start the Zoom I can kind of keep up with what's going on. Or we could have some fun and not put the headphones on and be totally lost. That could be an interesting stream. So how's everybody doing today? Kenny Witten, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to join the Zoom, let me know and shoot me an email and I'll add you to the growing list of people that like to get on with the Zoom, and I do appreciate that. So, I do need another monitor. Yeah, DVR should be good. I set that a while back, and it seems to work pretty good, actually. And let us go and check out the lag. It should be about 5 seconds. Yeah, look at that. Now, it looks like... Okay, so Greg Guy. Hi, Greg. No, the link is going out, actually... in 3, 2, 1. Bear with me. I've got this set up ready to rock and roll somewhere. At least I thought I had it ready to go. Maybe I got to redo that. Just been having some technical issues with this right now. I got it. Should be right here. Let me see if I can see this. Yep, here we go. The Zoom link has been sent, and hopefully this isn't an error saying, nope, there it is, I got it. So we are good. And I'm going to go back to here. Now I got to bring these up somehow and get them comfortable, which will be fun to do because I've not had much success in wearing my hat and being able to listen to the Zoom chat at the same time. Or I might have to go to a different method of, yeah, we'll try that. Okay, great. Greg says he got it. That is so cool. And I'm going to bring this up on the screen. There's Greg. This up on the screen. There's Greg.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You need to mute the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Good. You need to mute the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Good. You need to mute the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Good. You need to mute the. That ain't gonna work on that. Hold on. Can't have that like that. Maybe like this. Oh, that might work. Daggone it. Oh, my hat's messed up. Okay. Say something, Greg.
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good. The echo is gone. I was having some technical difficulties getting started for some reason. When I schedule them like that, it does something really hinky on my system, and I have to go back and figure it out. And it's happened twice now, and you know, fortunately, I've gotten it fixed 2 times. So everyone's got the Zoom. There's a couple people I'm hoping reach out and want to get on the Zoom, and I also got to go do this. Bear with me 1 second. I forgot one. Imagine that.
Yeah, I just got up about an hour ago.
Well, I got up and took her to work at 5:45. Came back and I contemplated whether I was going to do anything or not, and I decided I wasn't going to do anything. I was going to lay down and take a little nap until, I don't know, whenever. You know, whenever. I woke up at 12:14. So, needless to say, some of the things I was wanting to get done did not get accomplished.
There's always tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was actually talking to Darren and looking at the weeks, and I'm like, oh, geez, this'll be good because later on this week it's supposed to be super, super nice.
Yeah, it's 58 degrees out right now here
Oh,
in
that's
Maryland.
nice, man. I'd take
Sun's
that.
out. I don't even have any lights on. The sun's out.
I don't know what we are. I'm charging my phone. I've got to go grab the link here from wherever it's at. Bear with me. Hey, Sam. There's Sam Lazar from Melbourne, or however, Australia. Let's just go with Australia. That's much easier to say.
Melbourne.
Yeah, I always put the R in there, but everyone I talk to about it says you don't pronounce the R, or it's like Melbourne. So now hopefully I'm going to change from the globe here. YouTube it changed, and I'm going to see what the lag is over on Facebook real quick. Okay, that's not too bad. I can live with that. That's not bad at all. Looks like Greg left accidentally. Did I kick Greg out, or did Greg leave? Hopefully he comes back. So, yeah, it's been a lazy day. Darren and I chatted for a little bit, and then I wanted to get this going. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 people to join us. Looks like Greg's coming back in. Would you accidentally hit the leave button?
Yeah.
That happens from time to time. So we're 40 degrees and sunny right now. And it's really comfortable.
My youngest son lives with his mother in Centralia, Illinois, about an hour and a half southwest of you.
Yep. Been through there a couple times. We like to get out and adventure different areas. When we first moved here, we still had the Las Vegas going out and around to different places in our blood, so to speak. So we ended up one Sunday afternoon going south, and we ended up in Kentucky, and I want to say Missouri. Kentucky for sure, because we ended up there twice. We were like, okay, we'll take that bridge, Kentucky. And then, we take this bridge, that puts us back in Illinois. No, it puts us back in Kentucky. So it's kind of fun. In fact, I got this hat down south. I had been looking for one for quite a long time, and we stopped in a truck stop to get gas and a Coke and this, that, and the other. And as we're walking out, I see these hats, and I'm like, I'm getting one. Tony says it is 73 degrees Fahrenheit where he is at. But is it overcast or sunny, Tony? Hi, Catherine. I believe I sent the Zoom link to you. If I didn't, let me know. Check your email. Good to see you on chat. Good to see you here. From time to time, I may have to switch over and check out the what's going on behind the scenes at the email. What I need to figure out to do is... You all right? All right. Okay. She's out feeding the chickens, and she doesn't have a jacket on, and it's 40 for her is freezing, so I gotta laugh. Just gotta laugh. Now, why is my live not showing up? I'm trying to figure out how to monitor both at the same time. And Tony says it's clear. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Good to
Hi,
see
Ken.
you. Good to see you again.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Hi, Sam.
I don't think
Hi,
Sam.
Greg.
I don't think Sam is responding yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see.
No, it's kind of the norm for Sam. He joins and then he's muted for a while. So I'm trying to figure out how I can monitor both the YouTube stream and the Facebook stream at the same time without doing it on 2 different computers. Because if I open another tab up, I'm only going to get to see that tab. I'm not going to get to see 2 tabs at one time. And if I open
Alt tab,
I can try.
highlight the window and then Alt tab, and it moves it to the left or the right.
Oh, let me try that. Alt tab. That's a new one on me. No, that opened up my other browser that I use. So, but that gives me an idea. What if I right click and open in a new incognito window, Okay, that's interesting.
Doug uses the Alt tab to show two windows on the same screen.
Yeah, but that's on things that are I can do that here. I understand that concept. For example, if I open up my pictures right here, I can do. Let me go back over, make sure I'm watching the right thing here. So I can do Alt, or I think it's, I can do Windows arrow key, that puts that there. And then if I open up another one over here, let's just say I'm going to open up my D drive right here. And I do a Windows key right tab. You can split the screen like that, but that's on, no problem, Jeff. Hopefully we'll see you here. Really hope to see you. You can do that, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring up on my stream over here, I just have it for chat. You know what I could do? Maybe I could pop chat out. Let me try that. Let me pop.
You have Windows 10 or Windows 11?
Windows 10.
Okay.
I'm going to try to pop chat out. And then, I mean, I don't have to monitor Facebook. I don't think it's going to gain much activity, but then I could do that. And then I could bring this over here and okay, why is that not working? Okay, I could do it like that. But then when I do that, it's not showing what I want to see on Facebook. If I make this full screen, so yeah, it's been a lazy day. Darren and I chatted for a little bit. Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going.
Sam.
Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit.
Yes,
Going out on a limb and
Sam,
saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going.
Sam.
Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit.
Yes,
Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going.
Sam.
Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit. Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going. Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit. Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going. Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit. Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going. Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit. Going out on a limb and saying that's Gary. I wanted to get this going. Hopefully, is it Sam? Chatted for a little bit. Sam shows being muted. Say, hold on, let me go see something. Sam,
There you go.
Sam shows being muted. Say, hold on, let me go see something. Sam,
There you go.
Sam shows being muted. Say, hold on, let me go see something. Sam,
There you go.
Sam shows being muted. Say, hold on, let me go see something. Sam,
There you go.
Sam shows being muted. Say, hold on, let me go see something. Sam,
There you go.
Sam, I'm muting. I've got everyone muted, so you guys unmute yourself. I think it's me. Are you guys hearing the echo? I've got everyone muted, so you guys. You're not hearing the echo? I think it's me. Let me. Are you guys hearing the echo? I've got everyone muted, so you guys. You're not hearing the echo? I think it's me. Let me. Are you guys hearing the echo? I've got everyone muted, so you guys.
I just unmuted myself.
Yeah, fine. I'm sorry. Yeah. That it was me. What I had done is when I was trying this little experiment to make this work, when I brought up the Facebook stream, I forgot that it defaults to forever and a day loud, and it was. And now when I bring up the Zoom meeting, I could do it this way, I guess. And then, yeah, I can do it like this. I honestly don't think I'm going to get much traffic from it. It was me that was causing the echo. Catherine, go ahead and unmute yourself. I don't think I can do that from here. Because I did mute you. Yeah, Tony, there was an echo. I was the cause of the echo. It was me. That was my fault.
I'm now unmuted.
Yep, you're good. So I don't know that I mean, I'm good with what I have over here to my other monitor. I can stay in chat. Yeah, really, Jim. I'm telling you. Does this guy know what he's doing? He seems confused. Now, that's probably a copyrighted statement, and I'm going to have to pay Doug royalty on that. So,
Dazed and confused?
yeah, that's true, too. So yeah, this is okay.
There's a lot to know in IT.
There's too much to know. I mean, honestly, at least at
Yeah.
my age, there is. You know, and the funny thing is that's a very accurate statement in that when you think you know quite a bit, you find out you really don't know much at all.
Where do you hit 71 like me? I can't remember what I did an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that because in DaVinci Resolve, Darren and I worked on a project and we got it to do what we wanted to do. 2 weeks later, someone asked me, "How did you do that project?" I couldn't remember it. I was like, I drove myself up a wall. I went back and rewatched it, and I still couldn't remember it. And it's frustrating.
Hi.
Speaking of DaVinci, I finished Gary's project this morning. Well, this afternoon. I didn't get up till noon. It's done. I've changed the color, and I've got it ready to go to him. So, Jim, I believe I sent you the Zoom link if you'd like to join us on Zoom. I'm pretty sure I included you because I kind of chuckled to myself when I did it. Hey, Sam.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm alright. How about you?
Doing all right, thank you.
That's good.
I think you know everyone that's in the Zoom. Greg's been here before. Catherine's been here before.
Vaguely.
Yeah. I think I sent out all the links to everybody on the BCC thing instead of giving everyone's address away. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm not liking that at all. I'll just make this full screen like here. So what's everybody up to today?
I've got online uni in about 15 minutes, and what else? I'm making breakfast. It could be making a fried egg.
Yeah, I've had 2 cups of coffee. It's been my breakfast today. When she works the 6 to 2 shift, I don't eat breakfast. I drink coffee. And then we've got plans to go to dinner. It's going to be our Sunday night ritual now, I guess. Jeff said he was going to join later if we're still going. Hopefully he makes it back. I think this week I'm actually going to hit up the VFWs in our local towns. We got 2 towns that are about 12 miles apart. The worst thing they're going to tell me is no. And I'm still, for lack of not knowing how to put this, I'm still hounding the VA, my local office, for their assistance in this. If I catch the right person at the right time, it'll work. But so far, I haven't caught the right person yet. So, no, I'm supervised now. She got off about an hour ago. But I was unsupervised from 6 o'clock till 12:14 when I woke up. And I really had plans to get a little bit done. I told you guys last night, if you were here, my brother gave me some albums. And I'm going to get them on Discogs later today, I hope. He's kind of funny. It's my younger brother. And he's kind of funny, and he's like, "Oh, these are all trash records." I'm like, "Okay." You know, there's this old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasures. Well, this right here, Eric Clapton's Crossroads, it's the box set. It's a 6-record edition. I haven't even put it in yet to see what its value is. It doesn't matter what its value is. I played 2 songs off of each one last night, and they played perfect. So, you know, that right there made it worth it. Then we got the Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band box set. Oh yeah, 5 LPs. It's awesome. It is awesome. I got. Now my wife did get a little upset last night. I still have a lot of the 16-year-old me when it comes to music. Led Zeppelin. Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven.
Yep.
Oh man, I mean, just an awesome album. And I had this cranked at about 68 with all 4 stereos going. And if the neighbors heard me, they heard me, you know? Kind of how I felt about it. Yeah, well, it reminded me of the days when I was growing up when my dad would come up and turn that down, you know. And then Rush, Moving Pictures, good album, got a lot of good songs on it. And then another Rush, Moving Pictures, but as you can see, the cover's not in as good shape. I don't care about the covers. The album, the vinyl is good. Van Halen,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
1984. Awesome. Now here's one that surprised me that it was in there. Queen 2. Now can you guys think of any hits that are on this album? Me neither, because
Bohemian Rhapsody.
no,
No.
that came out
No, that's the
on
fourth
A
album.
Night at the Opera. A Night at the
Yes.
Opera.
Oh,
And
yeah.
here's your tunes on this. Now when I say a hit, let me know. Procession, Father to Son, White Queen, Someday One Day, The Loser in the End. On the flip side, The Fairy Feller's Master, Nevermore, The March of the Black Queen, Funny How Love Is, The Seven Seas of Rye. No
I don't-
hit, no
any of
hits.
I don't
That
even
is
think we made the top
early.
10.
That is
Awesome.
early. Yeah.
Awesome music. Yeah, there's no hits. Awesome. I for one like albums that have no hits on them because you get to see how talented these guys are. This is awesome. If I wouldn't catch a copyright violation, I would go put it on in the other room at about 80, and you guys could hear it pretty loud and clear actually. But
After movie Bohemian Rhapsody on 4K Blu-ray.
anybody recognize this one?
Genesis.
Abacaba. Good album. 1980s. Of course, nobody will know this album. This one's just so rare and hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew Greg would know. So, that's one Beatles album. Another off-the-wall record.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine, yeah.
Yeah, so that's two Beatles albums.
Well,
Oh, here's just a little one they put together at the end of their career.
Oh, yeah. Let It Be.
Abbey Road.
Oh, Abbey Road.
Yeah, Let It Be has got the 4 squares in it. I want to get that one. So that's 3 Beatles albums. Then we have the Beatles, and I'd never seen this until last night. It's called The Beatles Rock and Roll Music. And it's got pretty much, it's about their first greatest hits. Twist and Shout, I Saw Her Standing There, I Want to Be Your Man, I Call Your Name, Long Tall Sally, Dizzy Miss Lizzy, somebody else's tune, Revolution Back in the USSR, Taxman, Get You Into My Life, Hey Bulldog. Does anyone remember Hey Bulldog besides me?
If I heard it, I'd probably recognize it.
Yeah, you would actually. You would. So that's the 4th Beatles. Another Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin 2. Hi, Alex. I'm just showing the albums my brother gave me last night. I jammed to this for quite a long time last night.
Can't really see it.
Yeah, I'm having problems with this camera. You know what? Hang on. I know what it is.
Clean the lens?
No. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, now you can see it. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason it was you couldn't see it's because I have the background blurred, and it was hard for me to get it. So Led Zeppelin 2. So that's the 3rd Led Zeppelin album. No pun intended, but this to me is the holy grail of Led Zeppelin. Am I the only one that knows this album? It is the holy grail.
I didn't follow Led Zeppelin that much.
I like their music. I'm finding out as I get older, they did a lot of plagiarism and copying. But this album has Houses of the Holy, In My Time of Dying, Kashmir,
Yeah,
In the Light, Seaside Gone, Sick Again. It's just, again, if I wouldn't get in trouble, I would have it blaring in the background, but I just know I would catch a violation. So, but my wife came up with a beautiful idea last night. We were listening to Stairway to Heaven, and in the album of Stairway to Heaven, they put all the lyrics to Stairway to Heaven on the outside of the white paper jacket.
Huh.
So she came up with this brilliant idea: play the music in the background and read the lyrics like you're in the beatnik bar back from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another Led Zeppelin. In Through the Outdoor in the original packaging, and then they got the album in there. That's a good album too. It's got some good offshoot music. And then another copy of Led Zeppelin. Now that's just the good stuff. There are another 25, 30 albums that are weird. This might test Greg's memory a little bit. You remember these guys?
Oh, Janis Joplin.
Very good. Awesome. Great. Good job. Yeah.
And the Cheap Thrills band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they broke up and.
Yep. Janis Joplin. Yep. And then I like this one because I just like this type of album collaboration. Superstar Collections. 36 hits, 36 original stars, double album. I just like stuff like that.
Looks like one of the Gibb brothers on the cover there.
It was. You got Casey and the Sunshine Band, Andy Gibb, Steely Dan, and Player. Just awesome music. Just I can't wait for her to go back to work tomorrow afternoon.
I like the band and the Traveling Wilburys.
I love the Traveling Wilburys. Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks.
Now this one, this one's kind of interesting. Alice Cooper's $1 Billion Babies, and unfortunately the jacket came apart.
Oh.
But that's fine because I've got a mint condition $1 Billion Babies in my album collection in the other room, so that was fine. And then I got another Russian here. I've got actually another Fleetwood Mac Rumors. These are all he churns vinyls, what he does. These are all surpluses, and he said it's all junk. Well, it's not junk, believe me. AC/DC.
Oh yeah. I used to have a turntable. It was a Perpetuum Ebner, German made, PE 2040. And then when I went and did my last sea tour on the West Coast, my wife and kids stayed back here in Maryland. They broke the arm off of it somehow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm just wondering if some of these aren't. When I was in the Army, when I came home for basic training, I gave all my albums to my little brother to store for me. And over the years, he said they disappeared. A lot of these I recognize, and they may or may not be mine. Here you go. Believe it or not, I like Tears for Fears. So, but later tonight, I've got to get these all on my Discogs and get them cataloged and see how many albums I'm up to now. So Jim says, my life leaves me unsupervised. Jim, at Great Guy, the most recent live stream, and you said yes. I'm lost on that.
He did a Windows 11
Oh,
unsupported.
yeah, he did. Yes, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of scanning through here. Oh, Billy Idol. I like Billy Idol. Yeah, I had to chuckle that I talked to him this morning, and I had to chuckle that he's like, that's all trash music. There you go.
Oh, Uriah Heep. I remember them.
Yeah. So it was really. Now here's one. This one's for Catherine. Catherine.
Yes.
I don't want to read about this in the news or hear about it. Okay.
What?
This is for Catherine.
Beer drinking. What? Is that not German?
It is German. Yes.
I was
I'm
in
not
Germany.
German.
I know, but I knew you would get this. That's why I did that. So
Yeah.
yes, this is for singing and dancing, beer drinking songs by I can't even pronounce it. Zertal Band.
Yeah.
I told my wife last night, well, I got a good reason to start drinking again.
I was stationed in Baumholder.
I was stationed in Bad Kreuznach, just outside
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Bad-
Yeah,
Bad Kreuznach. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, believe it or not, here's another one that most people wouldn't find interesting, but the old dun 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 dun. dun. Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I have not Star Wars. Oh, movie.
Another AC/DC.
mine's I like muted.
And that's gonna fall.
No reason. Just
So there are some odd things in here. I don't know who Autograph is.
Doesn't
And
sound familiar.
I don't recognize any of the band members.
DC. Great Australian band.
Kenny Richards, I can't read that one. Something Plunkett, Stephen Isham, and Steve Lynch. No clue. No clue. Here's a Genesis live album, which was that's going to be good. And again, my warped sense of music. Here we go. You ready?
Space Odyssey 2001.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I love that movie.
Kiera Dulé starred in that.
Do what?
I think Kiera Dulé starred in
Oh, I
that.
don't know. Now you got a John Cougar, and then Rainbow Rising, whoever they are. No, I don't see any hits on there whatsoever. But that's fine. I like odd music like that. So yep, I will be busy later. And tomorrow afternoon when I drop her off, I'll probably have the police knocking on the door at least once. No, I got some good neighbors. I don't think they would say much. Blackwatch, thank you for joining us in the Zoom. How are you today?
Inside. What you need.
Hey, Chris Garrett's joining us. Hey, Chris. So Blackwatch has decided his form of communication now is going to be little snippet bits from albums. So we might want to prepare for that. I'm really surprised he didn't come in with his little favorite saying that I get it and I like it, but most people don't. Chris, good to see you. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Good. How's your day?
Good.
Good. Good. Good to hear. So has anyone got a stopwatch going? I'm going to change this real quick and go check.
4:30 now.
8:31 a.m. on Monday.
What time, Sam?
It's 8:31 a.m. The 29th of November.
Okay, on Monday
Monday.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Northern Australia.
Sam lives in the future. Yes.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, well, yes and no.
Well, can you
Yeah.
imagine how crazy it would be if we all had the same time? So Sam sent an email on. Oh, did you just send back the same one, or did I send it to you wrongly? That's interesting.
I don't know. Anyway, you've got it now.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And I got 2 people commenting on Facebook. So, okay. How do I do that? Can I... Okay, actually there's smoke coming out of my ears. I'm trying to think how to send this link to someone. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Copy, paste.
you can do a direct message to somebody in the Zoom if they're in the Zoom.
No, she's not on Zoom. She's on Facebook, but she requested a link, so that's good. Now, hopefully, for some reason now the lag has seemed to have increased on YouTube. It started out at about 5 seconds, but now it is slow. I just wonder if that's because I'm on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Anybody want to tackle that technical question?
That's probably the reason. Unless you were using a third-party service to stream to them, and then they would stream to YouTube and Facebook for you.
No, I'm doing it both from OBS. We set that up a couple weeks ago. And I actually got an email from StreamYard today, and I might look into them again and see if it's possible to use Zoom to talk to everybody, but use StreamYard for the YouTube stuff. I don't know. It kind of made sense in my mind, but I got to look into it. Obviously, I'm not going to do that today. And I'll need some volunteers when we get to that point. So, Alex, I'm sure you're in.
Yes.
Yep, I figured. Hey, Darren.
Hi.
Good to see you again. I'm sure Darren would be in on my little experiment. Darren and I, we've experimented with Zoom, we've experimented with Google Chat, we've experimented with Facebook Messenger, Sam, or Alex and Darren, Blackwatch and I experiment with Jitsi, I think it was called.
Yep.
And we've experimented with StreamYard, as I like to call
That
it.
one can only have 10 people on it at once.
Yeah, but I got
a full account.
I got an email from him today that said they're increasing that if I come back and give them a try. So it's probably a trial thing, but I'm going to look into it. So good to see you here. Good to see you. So you know what? Let me see if that is indeed the case.
The God of hellfire, and I bring you fire.
And there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go see if this is the problem or not. In case anyone is interested, the picture I put on the Vet to Vet is actually me stationed in South Korea, and I was posing outside the gate.
Oh, that's you. I thought that was your dad or something.
No, I've got pictures of my dad from the military, but no, that is actually me. Okay, I've run into a huge brain issue right now, and that my brain is not working. Oh, wait a minute. I know how I can do it. I'll do it this way.
You know, it went AWOL.
Oh, it's gone. It's it's more than AWOL. It's deserted. Okay, let me see if that solved that problem over there, and it should. And I'm going to minimize that. Now I'm going to go back over here and 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nope, that didn't. It wasn't because it was streaming on Facebook, because I ended that stream, and it, what's that, about 15 seconds? So that's not too bad. Could be the time of the day. It's 3:36 on a Sunday afternoon here. The internet could be overloaded, or not overloaded, but it could be a lot of traffic on the internet. So
You got it set to ultra low latency?
I do. Well, I say I do. Let me double check that. I thought I did.
That's what Doug says works the best.
Oh,
for
it
him.
does. When I do a live without scheduling it, I make sure it's on Ultra Stream, and it's 3 to 5 seconds consistently, and it doesn't matter the time of the day. So I'm gonna go check that out. Sure I am.
I don't know how to do it, but I remember Doug talking about it all the time.
Well, I was wanting to go stream settings, and it is, yeah, it is set to ultra low latency.
Yeah.
So that should be good. Now I don't know if I refresh this, what happens? Alex, Chris, if I were to refresh the live stream from YouTube, will it come back, or do I have to start it all over again?
I would say it would come back. For
Well,
me, it comes back.
Well, Zoom will stay. I'm not too concerned about Zoom because that's separate. But what I'm concerned about is if I refresh this. Well, we'll find out. Tony, if you get lost, I'll restart it. Same with you, Jim. If this cuts us off, I'll restart it. But in 3, I'm gonna play Doug here. 3, 2, 1. No, I'm kidding. Well, it did come back on my end, and now it's completely back, and it's showing.
Can you switch off the globe? Or is it forbidden?
Nope. I'm gonna switch it off right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yes, you're back.
8, 9, 10. About 10, 11, 10 seconds. So yeah, that's back. Obviously we're spoiled because we go from 5 seconds to 10 seconds and we're complaining about it. Madonna. I'm probably going to get about 13 violations tomorrow. It'd be an interesting study to do is how much, what's the limit of what you could post from YouTube knowing you're going to get a copyright violation without getting a copyright violation?
I've gotten a couple of copyright violations.
Really?
One was on an unlisted video that I did for the church that I put copyrighted music behind, but one was me singing a copyrighted song with the song in the background, but me singing over the song
Right.
for a talent show thing we did at college. And believe it or not, that got a copyright claim, even though I would consider it fair use. It got a
Sure.
copyright claim.
I mean, look at people all the time that go on there and they do things. They're singing other people's songs. Surely to goodness they're not catching. Cat just got Catherine.
No.
Yeah, I find it's interesting. I mean, not that I have any. I mean, I would like to do an hour-long show of nothing but music, but I'll get in trouble. But it blows my mind that you see people that do these things all the time, and nothing. Look up a girl named Sina, Sina. She's a drummer, and she does covers all the time. And I doubt, unless she's got a different YouTube license, which is possible. I don't know. So I'm going to test this again and see. So Greg, you said the other day you're fully retired. You don't do anything employment related?
Nah,
You just do things around the house?
that's it. Go to Lowe's
That's
every
enough,
couple weeks, do some projects. Just had new carpeting put in the living room and dining room a couple months ago.
And we were going to take our carpeting out and put in wood flooring, but we decided we're going to hold off on that for right now.
Yeah, the way prices are nowadays,
Yeah,
lumber is like 300% increase, I heard on the news.
yeah, it didn't surprise me. In fact, there's a pallet outside where Lorna works. It's got a 4x4, 3/4 inch piece of plywood on it. It's in really good shape. So I asked her tomorrow to ask the maintenance man if I can have the top of the pallet. I'll gladly take it off right there, because I want that piece of lumber. So yeah,
I think my neighbor said that it was almost $60 a sheet.
it's about right. Yeah, it's pricey. It really is pricey. And I don't know if it's like the electronics world. I don't know if they're not going to come down till 2023 or not. My youngest son is actually getting a house built right now, and I'm like, you don't want to do that. I said, I know you guys think you're overcrowded in your house. At least try to stay here another 1.5 2 years.
Yeah.
And I think things will balance out. But kids, what can you do? They're going to do what they want to do.
Oh yeah, I went through that with 2 boys.
Well, I had 2 boys too, but think about it. Our parents went through it with us because our parents told us things, we did it anyway.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, I remember my dad telling me, well, I know what I'm doing. I have the experience. And one of these days you're going to experience the same thing with your kids. I'm like, yeah, right. Well, I've had that speech with my kids a couple times now.
Or the old saying our parents would say to us, wait till you have kids. You'll
Right.
find.
Right. Or don't do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is why I have cats. See,
That's why I have
it's easier
fish.
with kids that have paws.
Yeah. That's why I have fish. And don't have to worry about them.
Even more simple, yes.
Test the water about once every, I don't know, 6 years or when I remember it. Oh, water's fine. You know, give them food and fill it up. That's about it. Get a cleaner fish, keeps it clean.
Yeah.
Got nothing to worry about. That's probably one of the main reasons I don't have a salt tank is because of the work involved. That, and there's no place around here within 100 miles to get salt water from. Just
Oh, yeah.
it's
Probably
crazy.
expensive now too.
Well, you can make your own, but I couldn't.
Can't you make it yourself?
You can, but I don't think I could.
Just Google it.
Oh, you can. My brother, he's got 2 salt tanks. He's got he's got 2 beautiful salt tanks, and he was going to sell me a 65-gallon salt tank, and I had the perfect place for it. But then when we were researching where to get the salt water from, there's no place, like I said, about 100 miles from here in every direction. I mean, even the little town that's 41 miles away, that's a pretty good sized town in Indiana, didn't have it. I was really shocked about that. Yeah, he's going all out. He put in his own RO system so he can make his own salt water and got beautiful fish. Plus, the other thing about salt fish are they're pricey.
Oh yeah.
Very pricey. But I want one. I really do.
I have no clue about fish. I have no idea whatsoever. But my grandmother, she had an aquarium, a small one, with these red and blue fish, really small. I don't know what they're called.
Man, that delay is horrible. I'm gonna go. That could be. I mean, it could be my deal here. Let me see.
Only thing I know about fish is breaded fish is better than fresh fish.
Or baked fish.
I used to bake it.
I'm gonna get it in a minute. Since getting strong, there's something buzzing in my ears. Never feel was born in love.
I used to bake fish years ago when my kids were younger. Put a lot of onions in there, butter, some celery and carrots. Wrap it in foil and put it in the oven
Oh, that sounds
for
good.
about 20 minutes.
That does sound good. I'm trying to find this picture I have of what the tank I want. And I just had it. Some guy built a wall that is a fish tank. And it is, you can see it from, but he put all the plumbing underneath, and it's all, if I could find a dumb thing, that'd be a major miracle. I was hoping Tim would join us today. I need to get with him on a couple things. I don't think it's in here. No, it's not. Yeah, let me see. Not in that one. Not in that one. There we go. If I could find it. I like it. I mean, it's just not a very big tank at all. In fact, there are a lot of people that would say it's not practical because it's only about 8 or 9 inches in width, which is kind of mean to the fish.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to have the room to swim. Yeah, this is not going well, so.
Or those little bowl ones that people used to buy for $6 or $8 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Beta fish are still sold like that because you can't have two betas in the same tank, two males anyway.
Huh.
They'll fight one to the death. And let me get rid of the.
Some fish, you put them in the same tank, they kill each other.
Oh yeah, I could show you guys hundreds and hundreds of pictures because we had 17 tanks at one time, and we had aggressive fish tanks and passive fish tanks and angelfish tanks and guppy fish tanks and goldfish fish tanks. I mixed a lot of aggressive fish that people said you couldn't mix because they would fight, and they got along just fine. And people would want to argue with me on it, and I'm like, okay, here's a video, here's this breed of fish that's with this breed of fish, and they're obviously getting along because I've had them for months. We determined that if this one fish is this big, and then you put an opposite fish in that's this big, this fish stands no chance, and that's just nature. You know, that bigger fish is going to eat the littler fish. Has nothing to do with what its breed is. So, yeah, I'll do one of those one of these days. I'll find my fish pictures and I'll show you guys. I've got some really nice I had some really nice angelfish, and they would lay eggs, but they would never hatch, which would have been cool. Now the guppies, yeah, we had a million guppies. They're a lot like rabbits. We had a lot of guppies. Cichlids, we bred cichlids accidentally. We were moving one time in our big 110 tank. I took it down to about this much water to move the tank, and the water was flirting. It was fluctuating, and I'm like, can't be fluctuating. There's no pumps hooked up. There's no air stones hooked up. There's nothing hooked up. And then it dawned on me. It was the baby fish that needed a little bit more water to live. They were gasping for air, which is kind of funny. That was kind of cool. Anybody got anything on their mind? I'm just going to go check something real quick in the background as soon as the 14-second delay kicks in. You know, you might be a little impatient if you're complaining about 14 seconds. So we're at 50.
Time goes by.
Do I, Greg?
I said time goes by.
Yeah. Well, we get spoiled. The 5-second delay is awesome.
But if it's 14 seconds one time and then 14 seconds again and 14 seconds again and 14 seconds again, eventually you'll notice it and it'll add up.
Pretty much noticed it the first time. I'm really spoiled on that 5-second deal. I like that. When it didn't go in 5 seconds, I'm immediately panicking and trying to figure out what's going on, and it obviously is just maybe the time of the day, because I don't think I have anything. In fact, I know I don't have anything but OBS, Zoom, and YouTube running. I intentionally did that today so that I wouldn't have this problem, and now I have this problem. So tonight we'll see if the lag comes back, and then we can attest it to the afternoon traffic of the internet. I don't know.
Had any luck getting any non-subscriber veterans on today?
No, actually, I thought 2 of them that said they wanted to be here would be here. I'm not disappointed that they're not. I understand it. This is not for everybody. A lot of people don't want to get on Zoom. A lot of people don't want to get on YouTube. A lot of people don't want to get on Facebook. And if you combine all 3 of those together, they don't want to do it. And I get that.
I don't mind being on YouTube if it's you or Doug doing the broadcasting to YouTube.
Sure.
Just because I don't think I don't have that good upload speed to really do, so I haven't really upload anything major, so I haven't really ever tried to do upload.
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's people out there that want to talk and need to talk. And I don't want that to sound arrogant or anything, but they need to get things off their chest. They might need advice on some things. Not that I am the all-inclusive, knowledgeable
There's
person.
nobody around my house that I can talk to about the stuff I
Sure.
talk to y'all about, or talk to Doug or Carrie's
Sure.
chat about.
Right. Well, and you guys, all you tech nerds, you get together and talk about tech things. And I mean, we clearly know that I am the tech god, right? We know that. There's no. No. So is Gary going to come in and have an echo? Let's place our bets now.
I would say that probably in 70 or 80% chance he would come in.
Well, if he's listening now, he's going to make sure he doesn't. He's having a hard time connecting to echo or to audio though. That's kind of odd. He's on that 14-second delay.
So that Wonder Sheriff Fillmore y'all been talking about that Doug had on yesterday, and we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
Is the only restriction on that is a watermark for the free version, like the trial. Is it like a 30-day free trial version, or?
Sam can answer that better than I can, but there is a watermark, and you have to get the paid version to get rid of it, I believe.
Yeah, correct, and you have to log in. There's a sign-in option in the top right of Wondershare Filmora. You sign in, make sure you have a paid account, and then you'll get rid of the watermark.
Okay, Gary got
muted. Other than the watermark, there's no other limitations on the software.
Oh, sure there is.
And if you pay, I think if you pay, what's it called? You can also pay for extra effects later on, like if you want.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to go grab a new cup of coffee. We'll be right back. Hopefully Gary gets his mic figured out between now and then. But I've been told not to give him a hard time, so I won't give Gary a hard time.
Mia? Okay. Ja, Hund.
Well, no new vets. We got a nice chat going on. I showed Actually, let me know when that's done. All right? Not that I want anything, but I'm going to kind of base things off that. Is that okay? All right. Sounds good. Okay, so nobody talked while I was gone, seriously?
We all fell asleep.
I just returned.
Oh, tough crowd, tough crowd. So, Gary, how are you today?
Gary does not say much.
He's muted. He might be having issues getting the background. I mean, you guys are fortunate you didn't hear the horrible echo that I had when I started the Facebook just to check it. It was, oh gosh, it was bad. So I'll tell you. Do I, Gary?
It wasn't bad.
What wasn't bad? Your echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I had everything off.
Yeah. Well, we were taking bets on if you were going to be coming in with the echo or not.
Well, two things. One, I usually keep you on, but this time I turned you off.
Wow. Watch this. No, I'm kidding. And the second thing?
No, it's still snowing here. We're up about 8 inches.
Whoa.
You can keep it.
Well, but between yesterday and today.
You can have it.
Snow is stupid. I don't
My
know.
wife went to walk the dog and got dirty.
Yeah, no, you can keep all that stuff up there. You can have it all.
No
Oh,
snow
you,
here.
you should get some tomorrow.
My
I don't think so. I think we're
That's
supposed to have a
it.
decent week.
Yeah, it's staying north of PA.
one of our friends lives in Wisconsin and she hates it. She moved from Arkansas to Wisconsin and wishes she was back in Arkansas.
We'll send some to Sam's way.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're good. We're cloudy tomorrow, but there's no prediction of any snow or rain or anything for the entire week. So in fact, we're supposed to be 61, 62, and 62 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's good. Means I might get outside and finish up putting the Christmas things in the ground.
Yeah, we're
Mary
supposed to,
is more or less.
we're supposed to be 49 tomorrow.
Today was actually comfortable for it to not be any more warmer than it was, but I can't reach up, and I've got some adjustments on the lights that I'll have my handyman do, but I can actually put we've got these bulbs that are about 18 inches in height, and we've got 40 of them to put out across the yard, and I'm going to do that probably Thursday. She's off, that way if something were to happen, 6 hours after I fell down in the yard, she might discover I'm laying in the yard.
Yeah, like I told my neighbor years ago when he was up on his roof fixing a leak, I said, man, don't never work on the roof alone.
Yeah, no,
Dangerous.
no,
Fall, you might be there for 8 hours before somebody finds you.
yeah. Our neighbor next door, she's 83 as well. We check on her about every other day. And then our neighbor to the other side, he's a retired vet. And we thought about trying to get him on here, but he's one of the ones that would not be comfortable being on Zoom or Facebook or stream or YouTube. It's the same, any of them. He just wouldn't. Now he and I talk all the time, but he just would not be comfortable, and you can just tell that. And I get that. I really do get that. This is a new thing for a lot of people. I mean, it's not new in the fact that it just came out yesterday. It's new.
Right.
It's new to us older people.
Right.
So I know people like Alex and Sam and Chris and maybe even Catherine, Blackwatch to a certain degree. This is not old to them. This is new to me.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's relatively fun, and it's interesting.
It might be a new concept to him too.
Well, it would be, but I don't think he would do it. I would like him to do it, but I just don't think that he would. Because he lives by himself, and he cuts his grass every other day, and I'm not kidding you, every other day. If the grass grows that much, he's cutting his grass. We joke all the time that if we hear a lawnmower, we don't look anymore because we know it's Jeff. He's cutting his grass. Last week, he cut the leaves. He mowed the leaves. And don't misunderstand me. I've got the utmost respect for this man because he had a stroke and he had a seizure at the same time, and he still gets out there and does things he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay active.
Yes. I mean, yes. I've helped him a couple times with other things, trimming the trees and whatnot, but he will not let me cut his grass. I'm the same way. As long as I can walk, I'm going to do what I can do. I see Darren's rejoining us. Oh, we have two Darrens now.
Where's Jimbo at?
I don't know. He was in the YouTube stream, and I sent him a Zoom link. I don't know where he's at.
You talk about being active. I'm 71 now. Last year, on my son's car, I did his rear sway bar bushings, his rear sway bar links, all four shocks, front sway bar bushings, and front sway bar end links. And changed his oil and put a valve cover on, gasket on it.
I hope he was thankful for that because that's a lot of work.
He was watching TV or sleeping or on the computer, one of the two. I just did it because I know it needed to be done. Plus, I changed all 4 of my shocks on my vehicle.
So here's my mechanical. Let me get it back over here. I went behind the scenes again real quick. Here's my mechanical knowledge, and you guys are going to be shocked to realize to hear this. You think my technical knowledge is great? My mechanical knowledge is I can put gas in the car, I can check the air in the tires, and I can clean the windows. There's Jim.
Can you check the oil too? Because you should be able to do that.
Check my what?
Your oil in the car. The oil?
Sure. For purposes of this conversation, yes, I can. Hey Jim, you look confused. Are you all right?
I don't know what I'm doing.
You know we're all going to get an email from him saying, "Stop using my catchphrase."
Yeah.
Calm down.
Does he even watch your streams?
I doubt it. I have no clue.
I would kind of doubt it.
You know, like I said a while back, if Carrie were to join me on YouTube and or Zoom, I'm done. I'm retiring. Met my goals. Time to move on. If Doug were, I'd be thrilled. I really would. But I doubt it. This is not Doug's thing. Doug's thing is tech, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, Carrie's thing is tech and business, and there's nothing wrong with that. Speaking of that, I'm going to put a link to my new Amazon channel. No, I'm kidding.
What is with where'd Blackwatch go?
Blackwatch, I believe, is in here. He's just renamed himself. He's doing the rebranding.
Oh, Darren. No, because he wanted to know what is new to you, and I just wondered what was.
Yeah. Oh, what's new to me? I believe that's a shade
Yeah.
of pantyhose, isn't it? Or makeup.
I'm not going there. And Sam, what is a young Pop Tart? And Greg needs a realignment.
Well, Greg.
Blackwatch renamed himself to Darren.
No, I'm on 2.
Darren's actually here on 2 different. Oh, did you join from Facebook?
No.
No, Darren is Blackwatch.
So Darren, are you here?
No. It's me. It's me.
It's me. You're on here twice.
Yep. I'm just trying it out on my telephone.
Okay, so
I think we
say something on
let's
your
block
telephone. Let's make sure it's you, Google Eyes.
Let's block him.
I can't put it. I need a microphone on it.
On your phone?
Yeah, it won't do it because remember these have got a microphone in the corner.
The only thing I know with the name Darren.
Hang on, I'm going to check
Plug one
something.
in to get it working.
I can tell it's Darren because he doesn't know anything about computers.
Yeah.
So you cannot go to the Zoom app on your phone and talk?
Correct. At the bottom, there's
Okay.
the little microphone at the bottom.
If this does what I think it's going to do, one of you guys will be prompted to be the host. Do we feel better?
Keep in touch.
What'd you have for lunch?
I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee right now.
Do you really want to know?
All right, hang on. I'm just going to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to broadcast that over the YouTube stream, but I don't want to deal with people with all their. I don't want to say stupidity, but for lack of words. Well, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to join on my phone because I'm pretty sure I can join Zoom on my phone, and I don't need an external microphone for my phone. And that's what
You can just call the number and put in the meeting ID and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Is
figure
that
out.
working now? Is that working?
Say something. Yeah, it's trying to connect to audio actually on your second name. So Blackwatch has left the Zoom.
Maybe not.
Well, I can see Greg. I can see me. I can see Catherine. I can see Alex. There's some guy pretending to be Jim here. Alex is here. Darren is here. Chris is here.
Nobody would
Hello.
want to pretend to be me, okay?
So
One
Darren,
of me is enough.
yes, we can hear.
Oh, I think I got it now.
You do, but you have an echo.
Yeah, because I haven't done the other one off. I might be too close.
That's not bad.
I'm away from the TV now.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Now, what happens if you turn on your other microphone on your computer? Will there be feedback?
Oh,
It's
probably.
turned on, but just
I
keep
would-
away
yeah.
from it. About 5 foot away now.
I would think there would be. Okay, so while that is there,
Got that one working. Don't know how.
check over here. Okay, so that's weird. Someone requested the Zoom link and I sent it to them, but I know they haven't joined.
Then
Yeah.
now I lost it. Oh.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, so let's go for the 14-second delay.
Well, I was about to say we've got 10 people in here now. If it wasn't for Darren joining twice.
Right. Right. Yeah, this I think 10's about the maximum we've had or I've had, which is that's fine. I'm surprised Robert
Wait a
in
minute,
here.
you don't go. No more innuendo, okay?
I didn't realize I made an innuendo. Use these small words for me. This is Sunday.
10 is the most you've had at one time? Sounds like a party to me. I told you don't go there.
Oh, we're gonna have to explain this to a few people because Jim and Greg both are like.
No, they're trying to keep their face straight.
Jim, are you working on something today?
No.
Taking it easy.
If I was taking it any more easy, I'd be comatose.
Is it cold in where you're at?
It's generally cold here in the man cave during the winter.
Any snow?
No, not yet.
I had 4 inches of snow here.
Really? Man, you guys in your snow.
I love snow.
Who said that?
Me, Greg.
You like snow, really?
Yeah. I got a heavy Arctic Navy jacket that they gave me. And that thing, you will sweat in that. You have to open the zipper up when you're shoveling the driveway.
From the military?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. It's still in good shape?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had some of my old field jackets. They were pretty warm.
I still got my Army field jacket.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wish I had mine.
Got my Navy blues too.
Oh,
I've got my Army blues at my mom's. She wanted to keep them. I'll get them back one of these days. Not a big deal. She wanted them. I felt obligated to let her keep them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ken, do they fit?
Do what, Gary?
Do they fit?
Whoa. Probably not. After 20 years,
I don't know where my Army greens are at. They were left at my mom's house when she passed away probably 20 years ago. And I never heard anything from my 3 sisters, you know, would they send them to me? And so I guess they're gone.
if your sisters are like my one sister, they just toss things and don't think anything about it. And then when you ask her, oh, I threw that out, you know. Even my mom complained yesterday that she's getting a little frustrated with my sister moving things to where she wants them. And my mom is like, I know where it's at. And I go to get it and it's been moved. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you know, speak up and say something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I seriously doubt it would fit.
I know mine wouldn't fit. I'm at least 30 pounds heavier.
Oh gosh, I'm at least I weigh 260 now, so I am 90 pounds heavier.
I went in to the Army boot camp, I think weighing about 125, 130 maybe. Came out weighing about 165, 170, I think.
Yeah. I went in at 190, and I have no clue what I was when I got out, but I know I've put on weight
Akira,
since then.
Akira, in
I could drop down to
4070
200 and I'd still be relatively big. Check your OBS settings. You have Gary on slow-mo chat. Not that I'm aware of. I didn't think that was an OBS setting.
I don't think I.
No, I'm sure it's his humor. Now, did I shut off? I better check that. Let me go see if this one works faster.
I took my basic at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Then I took my AIT at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Man, it was cold.
Lost in the woods?
Yep. I remember that phrase.
Yep. Okay, so OBS settings, I shut off.
Well, you shut something off. I think did the stream stop or no? I can't tell.
It should be thank you for watching on YouTube. And then if
I see a Black Watch entry.
Yeah, at the very last thing, 412,
Yeah.
he put a comment in there. So it looks like that's good. Let me go over here and check over here.
It's not saying slow mode chat is on.
I don't think I put slow-mo. That's a YouTube setting, and I don't use that because it's horrible.
How do I sound?
Sound normal.
Sound normal, yeah. Let me go back and check this. Stream settings, edit.
I have a weird question for everybody. How many countries do we have on Zoom right now?
So, well,
3.
South America and Australia.
I can count for 2 because I'm Swiss, but I live in Colombia. So,
And then you got him, you got us, so we're talking 3 and 4. And no Canada?
Yeah, not in the Zoom. There's not. There is Canada in the YouTube. Yeah, all the settings look right. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Now, it should jump back to the globe here in about 15 seconds. Let's see how long that takes.
yes, it's at the globe.
Wow, so you are seeing it before I'm seeing it. There's the globe over there. So now I'll go back to here. I'll minimize.
I'm not seeing it.
So globe should go away. Then it's got.
Yes, it's gone.
Okay, so now it should be showing the green screen with the cross pistols in the background. At least that's what I'm seeing. But now I see the zoom, so that's good. So now I don't know what he's talking about. Gary with an EY wants to know if he is normal.
I'm Black Watch.
Define normal. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Not obscure.
Makes me think of a Mel Brooks movie.
Abby who?
There you go. Thank you.
Luker.
Abby something. Abby normal.
Hey, Sam. If you're still listening, not that you want Windows 11, but what's wrong? Your machine should handle Windows 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. I'm on Windows 10, and I've got a
Hey,
7th
Jim?
Gen i7.
Jim,
Yeah.
shouldn't i7 handle Windows 11?
Certain 7th generation, not all.
I don't
3,
make the
2,
cut.
3. There's
You
3.
sure you got TPM on? If you want it again.
Catherine.
I do have TPM and secure boot, but
You
I
have
don't
dual
make the
boot,
cut
you
for
said?
my CPU.
You
I
have
only
dual
Windows
boot?
10 currently. I'm not gonna have 2 systems.
No, okay, but you do have dual boot.
What if I want? Yeah.
Okay, I've had problems with that. When I did it, I ended up running a virtual system with 10 is the base model, and then Linux, and then Windows 11 is the virtual systems. But that's if you want to play with it. I mean, I'm not pushing the soldier.
So Catherine is saying something about there's 3 something. Go ahead, Catherine.
There are 3 7th gen CPUs that are officially supported by Microsoft,
Microsoft.
and it's like weird CPUs.
I'm almost willing to bet those few 7th gens that are supported by Microsoft are in the Surface Pro.
Oh,
No, they're in the Surface Studio. One of them's in the Surface Studio 2, which is still being sold.
you think? I'm sorry, Jim. I'm just teasing with you.
No, I get it. That there was an article some time ago that basically lambasted Microsoft that they were still selling the Surface Pro with an i7 7th gen, and the thing was some ridiculous price for it in the first place. And when the guy went to do the Windows 11 upgrade, it basically told him to take a hike.
So there is the Intel Core i7 7800X and the i7 7820 HQ, but it has a special remark on it. And the i7 7820X. That's the 3 that I was talking about, just for information.
So I have a question. How many people are going to do any Cyber Monday shopping with anywhere?
As little as possible.
Nothing more than normal.
I have a question. Does someone of you have working 1155 port? I will buy it. I have.
What is a 1115 port?
Intel 1155.
1155 socket. Okay.
Yes.
On the motherboard?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm an AMD fan.
You and
Me
Catherine
too.
will get along just fine.
AMD
And Darren.
Hey, Catherine, AMDs are nothing but trouble.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I've
my
had
popcorn out.
And had no problems.
Jim, that's not what you said earlier.
I'm going to stand back.
I've got my popcorn.
Now, I don't want to get hit with any incidental fire.
I
got 2
My-
machines running on.
My
running on-
stance on that is all the businesses that I've ever been to, they all use Intel, so I'm going to use Intel because they use Intel.
Yeah. I
No,
hate
that-
Intel. Intel is stupid.
Well, can you
Where
see
is-
my machine? How it worked?
So how many
We're
people
just
here
using
drive
it.
Fords?
I don't.
I have one.
How many people
Nope.
here drive Chevy?
I
Tracker.
have one.
Toyota?
I got a 97 Tracker in mint condition.
Okay, well, we have AMD, we have Intel. It's all personal preference. Whatever you like and works for you, go with it.
I've done both, so I don't fall into this. One is superior to the other. I built mostly AMD systems over the years, mostly because the CPUs were a hell of a lot cheaper than what Intel was offering.
Absolutely.
A7s.
Now, are they, not only are they cheaper, but are they better performing processors for the money?
That's what it was, I think.
Okay. Well, my next build will be AMD, and I'm going to get with Catherine on that. And
Oh, cool. Yes.
believe me when I tell you, there will be no deviation whatsoever.
I just found it. The reason I told you that this was the deal. I just found an article. The Intel Core i7 7820 HQ processor is in the $3,500 Surface Studio 2 device. That's why it's supported.
Oh, it is supported? I would not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they originally, I think, were going to cut off anything that wasn't at least eighth gen, and then people apparently started pitching a fit. And this one article had, like I said, had pointed out that their $3,500 Surface Pro, when Windows 7 was first released, or at least the dev was released, it wouldn't support the Surface Pro. This is why the 7820HQ is now supported. You're going to tell people they're going to buy a $3,500 Surface Studio 2 and they can't get Windows 11? That would be a very bad move.
Yeah.
Especially when I think they ship Windows 11 on it now.
They may do it now, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not an AMD expert, but they have the Threadripper or whatever multi-thread one better than the Intel for speed?
For pure core, multi-core, and so forth, yeah, the Threadripper's pretty much still. Although I'm not sure how that's going to work out with the 12900. I think I'm starting to see or hear things that the 12900 may not necessarily beat the Threadripper. It gives it a pretty good run for its money.
I am sure that the 12900K has no say against the Threadripper 2990 WX. Forget it. Yes. Just forget it, because the Threadripper will leave the 12900K absolutely in the dust.
Well, those are the only machines, the Threadripper machines, the only ones I didn't replace because they're for CAD right now.
Hey, Matthew Camp. Good afternoon. I think we all are doing good. Good to see you. Matthew joins us quite frequently in the chat room. I've seen him in Carrie's, and I think I saw him in Doug's yesterday.
Yeah, I believe so.
So has anyone done any follow-up work to see if Google Eyes is a legitimate person, or is he the troll that he was accused of being?
Don't care.
Well, I don't care either. I just
not my circus, not my monkeys.
But you'll tune in Saturday when Doug does Live with Google Eyes.
well, yeah. That you know what? If he does do that, it'll probably be one of the few I won't watch, quite frankly.
I don't waste my time.
There you go.
You can never get time back.
No.
I don't think if he's a troll though, I don't think he'll go for it. You know, he might just say he would in chat and not show up.
Yeah, I had that feeling last night too. I think he would say sure, but then he would be a no-show. And Chris Garrett just said he had a channel with videos. Yeah, I was doing the gym thing at 1.5 times speed to my left, trying to keep up with Doug while I'm watching Carrie live over here, and that didn't go well because I couldn't. Is that Carrie talking? Is that Doug talking? It was confusing. And now you can't watch Carrie because apparently he either deleted it or he made it private. Yesterday's stream he did last night.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that.
Yeah, I don't either. I have no idea.
Yeah, I noticed the video was going blurry yesterday.
I have a question.
Because he got this new camera lens that he's trying to figure out how to blur his background so people ain't paying attention to what he's doing in the background and only paying attention to him.
I didn't see any blurring whatsoever. He mentioned that early on that he went out and bought a special lens to do that, but to me it looked just like my background does.
I have a question, and it's not a joke. Don't you? Well, obviously Ken is new, but don't you get paid for more views indirectly?
We were talking about that, Darren and I, earlier because we were looking over some of Carrie's older stuff. He's got a video that has 563,600 plus views. And I was trying to do the math on if he gets paid X amount of cents per view, what that dollar amount equates to.
Not bad.
Yeah, but that's when was the video posted? That's the first question.
I don't remember. A while back, I'm sure.
Well,
okay, so
it took that long time for those views to.
Sure, and then the other thing we discussed basically was if I start, let's say I go to Jim's channel, I start a video and I watch it for 5 minutes, and it's a 30-minute long video. Do you get full credit for the 30 minutes, or do you only get credit for 1/6?
If I remember the way that YouTube does views, if you watch it for more than 30 seconds, they count that as a view.
As a 100% view.
As far as I know.
Okay. Okay. I don't
No,
know.
I
That's why I'm asking.
I thought I read somewhere that you had to watch it for like 15 minutes, and then they get the full payment. Or if you
Oh, well,
watch.
yeah, oh, well, yeah, that might be to get paid. Yeah, 15 minutes might be. But as far as an actual, when you see a view count on a video,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that takes is the first 30 seconds.
Okay, so what is this? What do you think it is to get paid for it? Is it you got to watch the
Can
whole
I
thing?
watch the whole lot?
Darren,
I'll
say
We
say
was talking about this a
15
few months
Greg.
ago.
do what, Gary?
15 minutes. What if the
Greg
video
said-
is shorter than 15 minutes?
I don't know. I think Greg's right because I think I read something myself on it. I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes. Well, I could be wrong.
Watch the whole lot.
So-
Get the full payment.
You guys have heard me mention this before, and it's not a goal of mine whatsoever. But you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can be monetized, right?
Right.
Yes.
I
And
remember
we all know
hearing-
I really honestly could care less if I make one single penny off this. So my son yesterday goes, Dad, I know how you can get 1,000 subscribers within a couple days. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, make 925 fake YouTube accounts and go subscribe. Another question comes to mind on that. Let's say I get
If it
100.
works for you, it works for you.
Do what, Gary?
I was picking on Jim. I said if it works for Jim, it'll work for you.
So here's another question. Let's say I hit the magical number of 1,000. Okay? And I become eligible for monetization. And let's just say that Greg and Alex and Jim and Catherine and Darren and Gary, you guys, oh, that guy's an idiot, and you guys leave my channel. So now I'm down 9. I'm down to 991. Does that number change for to get paid purposes, or does it stay at 1,000?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know. It's a good question, though.
Hey
I think
Kenny,
you
who
have
brought?
to
Why
stay
is Sam
1,000
bouncing in his
higher.
chair? I don't know. Sam, why are you bouncing in your chair?
He's,
My
he's
couch.
20 years old. Give him a break.
Typing
He's
from
jamming. We just don't know, but he's got the jam going on.
Yeah, he's not listening to us. He's
You're
listening
not
to
the only one that thought that. I thought the same thing.
If
No,
I may take a moment.
Take a moment.
Yeah, Sam, the email, yes, I did get, and my advice has not changed for anybody. I don't care who it is. If you have only a computer and it doesn't support Windows 11 straight up, just reinstall 10. That's my suggestion. Because Windows 11, I'm sorry, it's still a work in progress. I wouldn't touch it
All good.
until whenever the first major update, which will probably be either spring or summer 2022. I wouldn't touch it until then.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
personally tried to install Windows 11 on a VMware, and you can't even install Windows 11 on a VMware without going into the registry and editing adding like 3 registry files.
Yeah, but I have a question, Alex. Which you use Oracle VM?
I've got both on my computer, but that the process would apply to whether you were using the process that I had to do to install Windows 11 applies to whether you're using VMware or VirtualBox.
I think you can install it on VMware Player 16. It has no issues. But
I did install it on VMware, but I got the message that says it's from the installer that says it's unsupported. So I found a YouTube video that said I had to go into the registry inside the installer and make like 3 or 4 or 5 registry entries and modify them.
What sent you that message?
The
I got it on mine. I have no
Windows
message.
11 installer from the
No.
ISO that I downloaded from Microsoft's website.
No, we've played with Windows Installer, and there's no way in hell it's telling you to change registry by itself.
So Matthew
No.
Camp,
It's not. It didn't tell me to change the registry. I found a YouTube video that told me to change the registry because it gave me an error message of this hardware is not supported.
right? Matthew Camp just said in the chat room, you can install Windows 11 on a VM. You have to add TPM module, check secure boot, and have enough RAM.
That's
and
exactly what I
CPU.
did. That's exactly what I did.
Well, I don't know any. I mean, you guys know me. I'm so technical. I have no clue if it would work or not.
But in order to do that, you got to go into the registry and modify stuff.
It will
That
find
sounds odd
TPM.
to me. That sounds odd though, and I don't know that much about it, but that just sounds weird.
I know you have to go into the BIOS and enable TPM and
So
secure
TPM's
boot.
enabled on my physical machine, but since that's a VM, the VM does not recognize that TPM is enabled on my virtual machine. So I had to go in and bypass it by doing those registry fixes.
Only thing that I'm concerned about is if I update to the next BIOS that ASUS has on their website, which is 5861, is it going to turn on TPM? Because I know motherboard manufacturers are doing that. I've seen the notes on the website.
What is the model of the board, of the Asus board? You know?
X470 Foxtrot Gaming.
Motherboard makers are turning it on right now.
I've seen that on a couple of websites.
Is what they're saying. And I mean, I like it. I agree with Jim on the side that if you don't want to use it and don't have time and have only one computer, I would not use it.
Okay, it's a Rockstrix X470F Gaming. Yes?
That's correct.
Okay. I looked it up.
Because the reason they're coming with TPM on is in case you want to update yourself, as everybody says, you can update home to home, pro to pro without a question. And if you can't update it on their ready to do board, you're going to be mad and be calling them. And if you don't want to, don't do it.
Don't intend to upgrade till at least October or December of next year.
I got you beat on that. I went until 2025 if I can,
This,
but then
this
I
was
may have to
throwing
pay
people
for it.
for a loop too when it first came out because people thought you had to have a physical security chip in your computer. So did I. I ordered one, but it was on back order, so I canceled it when I figured out you didn't need it. But
What
if
chip do
you're
you
on
have,
that- if
Alex? What CPU do you have?
my CPU is a 9th gen.
A what?
A 9th gen.
What's the number?
It's like an i7 9750 something.
9750. No, that should be current enough.
So while you guys are contemplating that,
So
go ahead, Catherine.
can I ask Greg something quickly?
Sure.
Greg, at the moment, do you have installed the version 5854?
Yes,
Because the 5861 will give the BIOS the latest AGESA, which
Right.
is version 2 PI 1.203 patch C.
yeah,
Yes. So the settings in BIOS for Windows 11, they were already applied in the BIOS 5834. Just for you.
I checked it after I updated it to the last BIOS, and it's turned off.
So because 5854, that gives you the FTPM settings on, and it gives you the secure boot on. And if it doesn't, you may check if you have a legacy install of Windows, and you can check it when you go into system information and you find there a legacy, then you know that you have to change the Windows install from the legacy to the UEFI.
So Jim, can you hear the chatter going on?
He's doing hamming.
Yeah, he's doing something, but I've got a question.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, again, don't beat me up too bad.
A little bit.
I'll take a little bit. I kind of like that. Oh man, you guys are tough. So Greg mentioned updating his BIOS, and he's afraid to do that because he's afraid it'll turn on this thing, which will automatically put Windows 11 on his machine.
Let me interrupt you.
Go ahead.
If you do that, just turn it back off, Greg. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I did turn it off. I verified it.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
It won't automatically update it now.
Oh, I know what you guys are doing. You're thinking if you say enough, I'll forget my train of thought. Okay, I got it. What were we talking about?
No, Greg, if he's got TPM off, he doesn't have to worry about loading Windows 11.
Right. But
Right.
my question is, if you upgrade, is there a specific reason for updating your BIOS? Is it a needed function of the computer?
Sometimes there is.
Okay.
Depends on what the manufacturer put in there.
Okay.
Could be a security update. What is it, that microcode, I think it is also?
Yes, it's microcode update. The 5861 is a microcode update.
Right.
But I mean, for other than security, and I can understand it for security, but as far as functionality of the computer itself, is that the only? I mean, in other words, if I don't do another BIOS update, am I good to go for the next 3 or 4 years?
Oh,
Not necessarily.
No.
I will say, I'm sorry.
I told you guys, don't beat me up too bad now.
I had one, oh God, this was years ago. And what happened is when I updated the BIOS, what it did is it went from text to graphics. That's all it did. And it admitted it in their BIOS is all they went is changed it.
Right. Chris is mentioning Windows updates. I understand Windows updates, and I do get those, but I'm just curious about the specific BIOS update.
BIOS updates will sometimes fix problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, a BIOS update for AMD boards supposedly fixed the intermittent connectivity with USB ports.
Catherine, we don't speak
Sorry.
cat language. You need to speak to us
Really?
in a language we all understand.
There you go.
No, I talk Swiss German to my cats. This is why you can't understand nothing. Sorry.
You're
Anyway.
fine.
Yeah, anyway, things like that are part of BIOS updates.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Other things are better memory compatibility with the board.
Okay.
Those are sometimes in updates.
I've seen where, excuse me, Jim, I've seen it where they'll let you go from, let's say, 32 meg or gig to 64.
Yeah.
You know, more memory allowed in the motherboard.
Right.
We're
I
3200 speed.
I usually check the ASUS website once a month. And if a new BIOS comes out, I wait a month and see if there's any bad reviews about it.
It's a good idea.
Well, it's just like with the Windows updates. I mean, Jim, I'm sure, has seen them, and I'm not saying that bad, where Windows Update this month has actually caused problems. Not always, but every once in a while.
Windows
So if
updates
we-
seem to cause people problems no matter what it is.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen that.
Exactly.
So Alex,
So you
are
wait a
you
couple
are you
weeks.
following along in the stream? Because Matthew said he can make a recording of setting up a VM to install Windows 11. I don't know if you saw that or not.
What?
Are you watching the YouTube stream?
Yes, I am. I got it on live right now, but it's showing the Zoom feed.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you look in chat, Matthew Camp 915 said he can make a recording of setting up a virtual machine to install Windows 11 if you would like.
Hey, Matt, is that with
I
Hyper-V?
did it. I was able to get Windows 11 successfully installed on a virtual machine.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't. Maybe I
I
misunderstood.
was telling you I was able to get it set up, but in order to get it set up, you have to edit the registry from within the Windows setup program off of your flash drive.
Okay.
It depends on what you got. I will beat Alex up on that one. And number two, if you use Hyper-V, it doesn't have a problem.
I used VMware. VMware
Hyper-V
player
is
like
part-
Catherine said.
Hyper-V is part of Microsoft, so it works right out the box.
I got another question. How often do BIOS updates come out?
Depends on the manufacturer.
Yeah,
It
it's
depends.
highly variable. They may not update a BIOS for months. They may have a BIOS update every 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Depends
Yeah.
on what if they're having problems.
Right.
No,
Hardware
the Red
problems,
River one I was doing.
network cards, stuff like that.
I will say one thing: the more often they have, the more often I'd wait.
The Red
I mean,
River
that's personal.
motherboard.
The
I
older
believe
the
1 in
board
1 year.
is, the more unlikely it is it receives the BIOS update.
So we've got 3 AMD, with Greg's AMD, Catherine's AMD, and Darren's AMD. Well, maybe Jim's AMD too, right?
I have both.
You have both, okay.
He
I
goes
have
both
both.
ways.
The editing / streaming computer is an i5. My data recovery machine, which is sitting over here, is an i3. The one that's behind me is the Ryzen 5600G. My wife's machine upstairs is a Ryzen 5 3400G. My main gaming system is a 5600X. And I'm trying to think. The laptop is an older i5 5th gen, and my wife's 11-year-old laptop is an i5 original 1st gen. So we've got a mixture in here. It's just, again, I don't care who it is for the most
As long
part.
as it works.
Sure. So you do data recovery?
Yeah, I've been known to do it occasionally.
Okay.
How do you do yours, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it depends on the severity of the problem. There are some things I'm not good. I can't handle. I mean, Gary talks about $300 data recovery. I'm not at anywhere near that level. In fact, I'm a pimple on a flea next to them. But I've done data recovery on drives that have lost their partition table. I've recovered data off of drives that are failing. As long as it spins and the controller is working, usually I can get something off of it.
Ever use SpinRite?
No. I've heard mixed things about SpinRite.
The same here. I've heard great and bad.
So no, I haven't touched SpinRite. I once did data recovery on a Mac using a live Linux USB thumb drive.
That's what I wouldn't call it data recovery, but that's what I do. If people give me a hard drive that they want data off of, I don't even bother, attaching it to my Windows. I just boot off a USB to
What
Linux.
Jim did, I bet you, is booted off the Linux drive and went out and read sector by sector or something along those lines. Is that correct?
Actually, no, I didn't even do that. There's a couple of Linux data recovery tools that apparently can read Apple formatted drive.
Wow.
So I booted from the live CD. I installed what is it? What did they call it? I don't remember what they called it.
Clonezilla?
No. It wasn't anything commercial. The heck was it? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And it's been a while since I've done it. But basically, it just goes looking. You tell it what you're looking for. You tell it, I'm looking for photos, I'm looking for video, et cetera, and it goes and it does its best to find what it can. The downside of this particular program is it doesn't recover the actual file name. It just assigns it a random number for the file.
Or
name.
0001, right?
Yes, yeah, something like that. So that's the downside of it. But I didn't have access at the time. I did it. This was 2 years ago. The time I did it, I didn't have anything for data recovery. But
So I've got
now I
another
do.
set of another question or two. Why can't you take a disk out of said drive and put it in another disk of said drive, or can you, and it work?
I'm not sure I follow the question. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I think he means clone.
so let's just say this disk no longer functions, and if you can see, it's my pictures.
Describe no longer functions. Does it spin?
No, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't work, doesn't spin, doesn't get hot, doesn't do nothing. So
Okay.
You're probably screwed.
So I take it apart very carefully,
You're dead.
and then I take the disc and put it in this one that does work. Why can't you do that?
once the
Well, the
once
first thing is once you break the seal on those things, the
It's
least,
called
the,
dust.
the least speck of dust is going to screw with it.
That's what I've always heard, but I've watched
Or
videos
when-
on people that do that.
or the
Oh,
light.
that depends on how desperate you are. You're talking
I
about
mean-
changing the platters, is what you're referring to.
Okay,
Right.
they're
If you're
called
going to jail
platters.
because your tax number is tomorrow, you're doing it. But
Do what, Gary?
I'm not joking. If you're going to jail if you don't have the data out there tomorrow, you'll try it, or somebody will.
Oh well, yeah.
But if it's just pictures of your grass out front, you're going to lose it, and you try to get in there.
I
Or
thought it was
chance-
the light that damaged. I thought it was the light that damaged it.
No, there's nothing there like problems.
So we all know
Just
there's
remind
dust
me
particles in the air. So if a speck of dust
Deal.
gets on there, it won't work.
Won't say
It's
it won't
the
work,
common
but you'll get a
between
lot
the
of
head
data
and-
corruption.
Yeah, when it gets between the head and the drive is the problem, or flatter, the dust.
Let me ask you this. This is if it's that damn important to you, why don't you do what Kerry would suggest and send it to the guys at
Well-
$300 data recovery?
It's funny you should mention that. So, don't ask why, but I put this in here. This is an actual external USB driven, had a case on it, and it fell about 18 inches on the carpet. It has
Yep.
not worked since.
Right.
I've actually contacted the 300 data people and considered it. Now,
And?
I told you guys many times, I take a lot of time to do things and I don't really rush into things. That was 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't rush into anything. I know there's things on here I want, and it's not a question of do I want to spend the money. That's not the question. I just haven't done it.
Well, let
No,
me
nor will I take it apart and try to put it in something else. I'm not that
Here's
dumb.
here's my response to that. It's been 2 years.
Yes.
Here's my response to this, and this is the cleaned up version. Take a dump or get off the pot.
Right. Well, I
Well,
know
let me
there's things
interrupt.
on there I want. I know there are pictures
Let me-
on there that I really want. They're from
Well,
my
like Larry,
childhood.
like Larry the Cable Guy says, get her done.
Well, let me
He
beat
was
up on
imported
Jim.
to it. Already had a backup a long time ago.
Jim is 100% correct. I'm gonna add one thing to it. To do the $300 data recovery, they need to put stuff like a board or a chip in there. And the longer you wait, the less likely they'll be able to find a board or a chip that they need in there.
Oh.
Yes.
Take a dump or get off the pot.
So,
So-
it's like your car needs fixed. You wait 3 years, you might not be able to get the parts anymore.
That's true. I never thought about it like that, but that's a good point.
Or your car needs to be fixed. You let it sit for 3 years, and suddenly the wheels are locked up from rust.
Exactly.
Get out the.
Oh, we've had
10
that conversation.
So he saw your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris is saying professionals like $300 data recovery uses a clean room,
Yes.
and
Yes,
it
yeah.
means take the actual disc out. Now I seen a video. It's been probably 2 or 3 years ago where a guy constructed a temporary clean room, put his
Mhm.
hands through there. I mean, I wouldn't try that either. But how safe is that? I wonder.
Well, it's safer than just doing it.
In the open air.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what did he know? I mean,
Well, I don't know. It was on YouTube.
Huh?
He knew
There's
everything.
there's a lot of things on YouTube.
What do you
not
mean? What he
necessarily
knew?
any
He
of it.
knew what he was doing. He was on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he had a
Okay.
channel.
hey guys, I got one for y'all. I've been telling Ken every other day weird things I've seen on YouTube. There was a guy that speaks Japanese or Chinese. I don't know if anybody's seen him, and he goes to restaurants. Young white gentleman, about 25, and he'll order something in very bad English, but like he has no clue what he's doing. And they'll come back and he'll speak perfect Chinese to them. He's got 75 million views on one channel,
Doesn't shock
or
me.
one show.
All that tells me is that people will watch anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 75 million views for one video. I bet he gets paid for that.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out earlier. Is, what's the percentage they get paid per video? Does anyone know?
No idea.
Well, I was
Well,
using
another-
I used an aggregate of 3 cents, and I just picked a figure out of the air. Actually, Carrie had one with I think it was 573. That's a major amount of money.
Oh yeah, you can look up somebody's net worth, how much they make on YouTube.
Can you?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
People say no, but you forget YouTube is a public corporation. They have to say where their money's going.
If you just Google Carrie's name and put net worth after it, you'll find out.
So I'll pick on that Ken Stout guy. If I was making money off this and someone could go in there and put it in, you could find out what it was or what it is. Wow, I didn't know that either.
Go to General Motors and look for a vice president. It'll tell you how much he makes. Or she.
A lot more than we make.
And congratulations on 74 subscribers, by the way.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I was mind boggled to see that. I really was.
Hey, say thank you. 12 of those are mine.
Thank you, 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 and Kumap Simini Da.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting rid of one.
Get rid of the Korean one, okay?
Oh,
I just thanked you in Korean, so get rid of that one.
okay.
And are you gonna be on later tonight? I gotta.
What day? What day is it?
It ends with a gym. I mean, wait.
It ends with a gym.
I know. Actually, that was a stupid question.
Oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I've been told,
And you've been told wrong.
except for half of the ones I ask.
I worked with a guy, and that was his catchphrase. And they said, "No, I can sit here all day and ask you stupid questions."
I believe I can do that too.
Used to say that when I was teaching in the Navy. There are no stupid questions.
Oh boy.
Just stupid people.
Well, that's true.
Yes, you're only stupid if you're not asking.
I've heard that too, but I mean, there can be some that get kind of old, maybe, I guess is the way to put it. All right, Gary, I just made the changes to your text. I'm going to email that to you because if I didn't do it now, you probably wouldn't get it for a week. But the color of your car is in the text. I will render this out and get it sent to you.
Okay.
And I'm going to call this Gary's Final, in parentheses. There will be no more changes.
That's what you think. I got a serious question with everybody here. Who does regular backups and how?
Oh, God, you know I do. I did one last night.
Seriously? Are you
No,
kidding?
Art, I am kidding. You got how many? Have you not been in on the backup conversation we've had?
Yeah, you want to delete a Cronus.
I haven't deleted it yet.
I use a Cronus paid version, and I got it set for full backup once a week.
I have a serious question for you. If you want to restore your backup and it's the expiration date is run, what do you do?
I think it's disabled, I've read. Your backup is no longer useful.
What do you mean the expiration date? I don't get it. I don't understand.
It's for a year contract.
Yep.
Oh,
here.
okay. Oh, I can
Cronus
answer
software.
that. And I've got. You guys can still see me on Zoom, I believe. Doug did a trial version of whatever the backup was he was
Macrium.
using. No,
Macrium.
it wasn't Macrium.
Reflect.
No,
Reflect?
no.
Cronus?
If I hear it, I'll know.
No, I'm done. I know he
I'll
likes
have to go
Reflect.
look at the email. Anyway, it was for 30 days, and his
Mini
logic
Marcus?
was. No, that doesn't sound familiar. His logic was, once the 30-day period expired, it would revert back to the free version, and we would be able to continue on and either get the backup restored and everything else. Well, once the 30 days expired, best I can tell, it's gone. There's no,
Yeah.
it's gone. Now I can get into the backup on the drive itself, but so Gary, can I show this to everybody? I got YouTube blocked. I can share
Go
my
for it.
screen.
Since
So-
everybody's seen it already.
Well, they haven't seen the new version. Well, let's
Where's Jeff at?
Sundays is his family day, and
Actually, I was joking since he's seen it also.
yeah. So here it is. There we go. And it's just going to loop here. Now, depending on what you play it on, and you'll play it on what you want to play it on. I would use VLC if you have
That's
it.
where I got it set up.
And just set it to loop, and it'll sit there and run for now until the end of time. Yeah, Alex, I'm getting ready to leave too. We've got a 5 o'clock dinner date kind of set, more or less. If anyone wants to remain on Zoom, let me know, and I'll pass over the host. If not, yes, I will be back tonight. I don't know what time. I would like for all of you to join so we can continue the backup and restore conversation. I have some things on that are on my mind. Again, thank you all so much. Greg, appreciate you being here.
Sure,
not
thank
only
you.
for the normal chat, but for the vet to vet. I'm going to try again next week. That'll be the 4th installment. And hopefully we get a couple more in here. Alex, thanks for being here. Darren, as always.
We need to get you that website going, or at least I need to get you on there so we can check it out. And if you don't like it, we can delete it.
Yeah, we'll get together privately.
stuff.
We'll get together privately and figure something out. Sam, I know you're at uni. Thank you for being here. Darren, talk to you later. Chris, we've really got to talk to you about how much you talk, buddy, because no one can get a word in edgewise. And, quite frankly, I'm getting emails on it. I'll get with you on that, too. Gary, I'll get that emailed out to you. I'm going to end the YouTube stream. Who wants to be the host of Zoom?
Not
I
me.
gotta run to the gas station.
So by show of hands, I'll just end it for
Yeah,
everybody.
I think that's probably best.
Well, if
See you later.
Blackwatch was here, he would say no. All right. Night, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you all later.
See
Bye.
y'all later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye. Later. Hasta luego. Hasta la vista. Now, I know the YouTube stream's running. Before anyone takes my head off, don't say anything because I know it's running. So thank you, Tony, Wallow, Sam, Alex, Matthew. I made you a moderator. I really appreciate your input. I think the people in the chat and Zoom appreciate your input. So congratulations. You can post links. And if you see something that you think is inappropriate, get rid of it. No worries, Matthew. I appreciate it. I will be back later tonight. We're off to have a dinner. Thanks. Bye for now.